Good afternoon. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Savitri Krishnamurthy. I teach English and verbal reasoning at BYJU'S. Today we're going to look at 4 topics in one class. So what are we going to look at today? In this session we'll cover error detection, sentence improvement, double fillers, which is fill in the blanks with 2 blanks, and parajumbles. Good afternoon, Sonali. So these are the 4 topics we will be doing today. Are you ready to start? Can you see and hear me clearly? Yes? All right. Okay. So these 4 topics that I'm going to deal with today, or we are going to learn today, are a part of most aptitude tests. And when I say most aptitude tests, CAT does not ask direct vocabulary or grammar questions, but grammar and vocabulary are an integral part of any student's preparation for any aptitude tests. When you're looking at non-CAT tests like XAT, IIFT, OMETs, TISNET, all the exams have a good number of questions on grammar and vocabulary. So let's look at error detection, right? Spot the error, that's the question. Now, error detection is a part of the verbal ability section of examinations that want to test your knowledge of grammar, right? Hello, Pratyush. And the most common questions asked in this topic would be simple. They would be based on concepts which, well, they can be simple or tough, but they would be based on topics like articles, prepositions, tenses, and subject-verb agreement. These are the most common topics. They can ask on other topics as well, but these are easier. It's easier to frame questions on error detection on these topics. All right, so let's solve a few questions on error detection. Now, I'll show you the question. You work out the answer, quickly type in your answer, and then I will explain the concept behind the question. Is that clear? Shall we start? All right, here comes your first question. So in an error detection question, the question is divided into 4 or 5 parts, generally 5 parts. As I have done, it's 4 parts, and the 4th one is the last part of the sentence generally is to be marked if there is no error. So here, this is the sentence given to you. The sisters are immature and often quarrel on petty issues. Which part of the sentence has an error? Is it A, B, C, or no error? Mark A, B, or C if there is an error. Mark D if there is no error. Let's start. Quickly type in your answers. The sisters are immature and often quarrel on petty issues. Is the answer D, C, B, or A? Quickly. Pratyush, Sonali, and the others join quickly and give me your answers. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. It's fine. No negative markings. Not in this session. Right? So what do you think is the answer? Quickly, guys. Type in your answers. Let me at least get an answer. Is there any error in this sentence? Sisters is plural. Are immature is fine. And often quarrel. All right. Pratyush says C. Vivek, good afternoon. Anjila says C. Why is it C? What is the correct part? If it is C, Sonali also says it's C. So what is the error in C? What is the error in C? They do not fight on petty issues, they fight over petty issues. So this is a question on prepositions. Now, when there is a question on preposition, we have 3 problems. Kritika and Vivek, quarrel on petty issues is not correct. You quarrel over petty issues. All right, issues is plural only, so it is correct. So in preposition, the problem you'll have is, should I use a preposition or not? If I use a preposition, what preposition to use? Right? Therefore, that's the error. Good, excellent. Let's look at the next sentence. Players are required to comply with instructions given to them, with the instructions given to them. Players are required to comply with the instructions given to them. Which part of the sentence has an error? If there is no error, mark E. Quickly type in your answers. Over petty issues, yes, I saw the last answer now. Yeah, second one. Players are required to comply with the instructions given to them. Which part of the sentence has an error, or is the answer E, no error? In this case, our Ujjwal says it's E. What about the rest? Do you agree with Ujjwal, or do you think something else? Kalyani thinks it's C. We already have, we have B. Anjila thinks it's B. Vivek E. Shri B. All right, what's your doubt? Those who said it is B, what should be the answer? Sonali, Pratyush, Shri, what do you think is the answer? What is the preposition to be used with comply? Oh, sorry. I do this every time. Let me get my pen correct. Yeah. What do you think is the answer? If it is B, what is wrong with B? Obviously, you think the preposition to be used with comply is not with? Well, it is correct. You say comply with. Okay. So, no, you don't say comply to. That's the problem with prepositions. They are very confusing. Okay. So, the correct answer is E. You comply with instructions. All right. Comply by is also wrong. Now, the other problem with prepositions is, let's say Sri or Pratyush ask me, ma'am, why is it not comply to? Why is it not comply by? I cannot say why. It's only what. Because preposition usage is mostly idiomatic. And whenever I teach prepositions, I always tell the students that there is no rhyme or reason. Even if there is a rule, there are exceptions to the rule. And the best example would be the preposition at, the preposition of place at. There is a library dash the corner of the street. Should I say at or in? There's a library dash the corner of the street, or there is a big tree dash the corner of the street. What should I say, at or in? Quickly. This is just a question that came. I just thought of this question. So, part of my classes, obviously, there is a big tree or a library or a coffee shop, whatever, dash the corner of the street. What would you say, at or in? Ujjwal says at. Pratyush says at. Anybody who says in? All right. Moving on, you can type in the answer for this. Second question. Why do you, he put the TV set dash the corner of the living room. He placed his TV set dash the corner of the living room. Now, the second question, the TV set, do I say at or in the corner of the living room? First, all of us agree at the corner of the street. Very good, excellent, correct. He placed the TV set at the corner of the living room or in. This is question number 2. Okay, Rohit, Vivek, Sonali. Now give me your answers for question 2. He placed the TV set dash the corner of the living room, at or in? In. Now it is the same corner of the street, corner of the living room. What difference does it make? That is the whole point with prepositions. It is in the corner of the living room. Yes, that is correct. Moving on to the next question. All right. So as I said, I'll tell you what is the correct preposition. I'll tell you why is it the correct preposition. That is not always, Kritika. Why does she sit dash the front of the class? Now front of the class is inside only, right? In the front but at the back. It's nothing to do with inside and outside. It's just that there are rules and there are exceptions to prepositions. It's very idiomatic and somebody called it idiotic too. All right. All right. Next one. Question 3. The class went on for so long a time that the students fell asleep at their desks. 2 areas where you'll have a doubt. Let me see what you choose. The class went on for so long a time that the students fell asleep at their desks. Give me the question number 3 and then give your answer. Okay. What is the error here? Spot the error here. No error. Give me E. Alright, type in E. The class went on for so long a time that the students fell asleep at their desks. Okay. Anjila thinks it's B. Pratyush B. Ujjwal D. Sonali B. Alright, B and D. Okay, most answers seem to be B. Now, what is the doubt with D? Anybody has a doubt with D? See, when in certain exams, you'll find spot the error and the error seems to be in 2 places. Then what do? My students would come and say, ma'am, this question doesn't have 2 mistakes. So I tell them choose the bigger error. As if mistakes are mistakes. Is there such a thing as a big mistake and a small mistake? Most answers seem to be for B. I just put the seed of doubt in your head and I said, could it be possible there's another one? You sleep at your desk. Let's say I'm standing here and I doze off like this. I'm like, no, I won't. Not in my class. When I'm taking the class, no way. But then I am sleeping at my desk. Okay, some students would say sleep on their desks. Come on. Class, no student, not many students would have the guts to do that. So when you sit somewhere, then you are at your desk. You have dinner at your table, not on your dining table. You understood? So that is correct. And here the mistake is here, as many of you pointed out. Okay. The mistake is such a long time, not so long a time. At your desk, on your desk means desk ke upar baith ke so gaye. That is obviously not what we meant. So when somebody calls you, you will say, oh, I dozed off at my desk. We all sat at the dining table. You don't sit on the dining table. You sit on a chair, but at a table, at a desk, right? Again, as I said, what is the rule? Why is it so? I don't know. Somebody made the rule. All right, so the correct answer is B. Excellent. All right, Prakash, hello. All right, let's look at the next sentence. I'm not going to read this aloud because when I read aloud, I might be pausing at some places which would give you some kind of an indication as to where the error is. All right, so I'm not going to give you any clue. Please read this and tell me, is it A, B, C, D, or no error? I don't even know what's the answer. You have to help me with this. Question 4. Please mark the question number when you write the answer, okay? Easier for me to keep track also. So, is it A, B, C, D, or is there no error? There is no error to spot, it's E. Otherwise, tell me what is the error in this sentence. This is testing your knowledge of. Ujjwal thinks it's A, Anjila thinks it's A. Why? Do others agree with it? Oh, everyone seems to be. All the answers think A so far. Why? What's wrong with 4? Vivek thinks there is no error. What is wrong with A? Why is it A? Why do you feel there's something wrong with A? Little patience is wrong. Anjali thinks there is no error. This is a very, yes, Ujjwal came up with the right answer. What's the difference between little and a little? My handwriting is not good at the best of times, and when I write on a pen tablet, it gets worse. Little means hardly anything, almost zero, negligible. A little means a small amount, so it has a positive connotation. Thoda patience hai, thoda sabr karo, to sab theek ho jayega. So with a little patience, you can crack the comprehension section. Most of you, there was a student, I think last year or year before last, for the Xavier's aptitude test, he said, I found the passage very boring. Actually, Xavier's, the passages were very interesting. Even CAT sometimes gets boring. IFT, TISNET and all the passages are very long. The questions are easy, so sometimes you may get bored. But this student said, I was so bored with the passage, I couldn't read it completely. But if you have a little patience, thoda sa patience hai, then you can easily crack the comprehension section. Comprehension is all about reading and practicing. All right, next question. Oh, this is the answer. With a little patience, you are correct. All right, next. When I'll get back from the United States, I'll pay off the money that I borrowed from you. I have used the abbreviation, so the US is fine. When I'll get back from the US, I will pay off the money that I borrowed from you. Is there any error in this sentence? If there is, where is it? All right? Okay, Angela thinks it's C. Give me the question number, now see, 5B, okay. Why B, Angela? You said C earlier, then why did you change it to B? Why did you change your mind? Now you change your mind back to C, okay. Okay, Ujjwal thinks it's A, all right. Vivek thinks it's D. Okay, this, you've learned conditional sentences. So think of when as a variation of a conditional sentence. That's okay, understood. See, when I type, even when I send messages, I send an apology. All my friends know my English is not bad, but when I type a message on my phone, there are random commas after every letter. I don't know how that, after every word, I don't know how that happens. Just that I've got such pudgy fingers, I suppose. Yeah, all right. Many people think it's C. A majority thinks it is C. You think it is pay back the money. Pay off a loan is correct. Pay off a loan, pay off the money is correct. Okay, it's used. It's not, so it's spoken English, but it's not wrong grammatically. Now, all those who marked C, if I tell you pay back is correct, but pay off is also correct. Pay off a loan. So pay off is not wrong. Now, will you change your mind? What will you mark? Yeah, all those who marked C, pay off is correct. So now you get back to this, that's why I gave that. So that's a confusing thing. You think that's a mistake. That's allowable, not perfect, but allowable. It's not wrong grammatically. Now we come to where is the mistake. Do you know conditional sentences? If and then, exactly. So think of when as a conditional sentence, like when I get back. So that's a condition. So it's works in the same way. So the conditional clause never takes a will and a would in it. Understood? So if I come back, when I come back, when he comes back, you should not say when I will get back. All right. This was taken from a previous exam. This is an examination question, which is why I chose it, because we also felt that pay back would be better. But pay off a loan, so pay off the money that I borrowed from you. There's nothing wrong with that. Though back would have been better. All right. When I get back, no will. All right. Okay, good. So 5A is the answer. When I get back from the US, I'll pay off the money that I borrowed from you. Good. All right. Next sentence. None of the students have turned up for the class. Subject verb agreement or any other error. See, there's not always, it's not that as one sentence you will be only tested on one concept in a sentence. Sometimes there are two, right? So here, what is the concept being tested? Don't bother about that. Play it by ear. Which one do you think has an error, or does it sound right? That's all you need to know. None of the students have turned up for the class. Question 6, what's the answer? A, B, C or no? A, B, C, D or no error E? Ujjwal thinks it's E, Pratyush thinks B, so we've got two answers so far. Sri thinks it's E, Angela thinks it's E. All those who think it's B, you are, well, None ideally is taken as singular, but none is an ambiguous, we call it, it can change. Depending on, none is treated as a singular or a plural subject depending on the prepositional phrase that follows it. Alright, so when I say none of the students, what is the idea you're getting in your head? A singular entity or number, a plurality? None, see, the most common question here is, and every book would give you, none of the jewels, none of the jewelry, none of the books, none of the money. What's the difference? When I say none of the books, none of the students, you are getting an idea of number. And when it is number, the verb that you need is plural. So none of the students have is correct. If I say on the other hand, none of the money, so there was a robbery, the police have not recovered the money yet. Or you can say none of the money that has gone missing has been recovered, because money is a chunk, an amount, right? So you have to use a singular. But here, since you're saying none of the farmers, none of the leaders, none of the students are interested, the number that follows it, if it's a countable noun which has an S in it, you know that we're talking of numbers, and it indicates a plurality. So you need a plural verb. All right? Yeah, if you like that example, do press the thumbs up. I do want to take some more classes. Love grammar sessions, but then I like reading comprehension also. All right, let's read this. This is a mean question I have given you. Let's see. Maybe no error. I can be pretty mean where grammar is concerned. All right, after you press all those likes, give me your answer. Or type in your answer and then press the like. That's the preferred order. Doctors keep telling people that walking is the best exercise and is conducive for good health. Doctors keep telling people that walking is the best exercise and is conducive for good health. Any mistake in that sentence? No error. E. Any error is there? Which part of the sentence has the error? It's always a big boost to see a thumbs up. It's like, hitting a sixer. Or it's like a batsman who, puts his bat aside and claps when a bowler bowls a good delivery. The best compliment a bowler gets is when the batsman looks at him and says, oh, that was a good one. All right. Why am I talking cricket? Won't talk cricket. No. RCB lost, so I'm not going to mention cricket in my class today. 7D, okay. Ujjwal thinks it's, Shri thinks it's D, Ujjwal thinks it's B. All right. Shri, why D, Ujjwal, why B? Quickly, while we are waiting for the answers of others, Vivek and Shri, why B? What is the mistake in B? And Ujjwal, Ujjwal and Vivek. All those who have given B, quickly tell me what's the correction there. And all those who marked D, how would you like the sentence to be framed? All those who marked D. So what's the answer? Come on. I actually am not good at deciphering from pictures, but what is the answer? Why is it D? Some people say E. All right. Pratyush, why D? Anjila, why D? It is conducive. Conducive is correct. Conducive is correct. And O. No, the is correct. Okay, you got the correct answer, but for the wrong reason. All right. Instead of the. No. For best, for superlatives, the is correct. All right. The is correct for superlatives. Whenever you say the, whenever you say best, tallest, strongest, you have to use the. The problem here is walking is the best exercise and is conducive to good health. Now look up the dictionary. Don't trust me. We all say conducive for good health. This is a preposition question. It is conducive to good health, not for good health. We all say for, which is wrong. Okay, in fact, when creating this question, I looked at 4 sources just to be sure that I was on the right side. Is, no. Walk, we talking of walking, no. Walking is, what is walking? 1, the best exercise and is conducive to good health. No need for it, it's understood. All right. So there are 2 clauses that here. Walking is, because we are not making it parallel. Walking is the best exercise and is conducive to good health. So this is the, at least in terms of balance, we have used the verb and made it correct. All right. But you marked B thinking is not necessary. It is not like you get lucky. It's not for, but it is conducive to good health. All right. Don't trust me. Please look up the dictionary. Please look up Google Guru. Google will give variations. Whenever you are in doubt, look at Oxford or Cambridge usage. Okay. Merriam will give you American usage, but it will also give you British usage. So when you are in doubt, because you get, especially for grammar, every person has an opinion. So don't go with those, go with the authority for grammar, that is either Cambridge or Oxford usage. All right. Okay, even when Google shows you results, look at something like answers from sources like Cambridge English usage or Oxford. All right. Okay, next. The workers' union demanded that the dismissed worker should be reinstated. Any error? What's the error? The workers' union demanded that the dismissed worker should be reinstated. We are still on topic 1. We've got 3 more topics to cover. Quick. The workers' union demanded that the dismissed worker should be reinstated. Is it A, B, C, D, or no error E? Quickly. Let's see your answers before I move on. Question 8 is A, Ujjwal. All right. Okay, I think Anjila says, okay. Right, this is the doubt you had. How many of you think, okay, what does this imply? Those of you who thought A is, I think Ujjwal mentioned A. Sachin, if you say worker apostrophe S union, you are saying it belongs to only one worker. Therefore, it is not correct. If you say this, you are not indicating that it's a union made of workers or belonging to workers. So this is wrong. This is correct. So the debate is still on. Is it Happy Teachers Day or Teachers' Day? I always put an apostrophe after the S. It belongs to all teachers. Now that's debatable, but this is correct. So now A is out. Okay, what is the mistake here? Oh, this ma'am is giving us all crazy questions. They are all correct. Okay, I wouldn't put it on YouTube. I wouldn't put it on public display if I didn't know. Should is not necessary. Exactly. Okay, because the moment you have verbs like suggested that, demanded that, asked that, you have that, then this sentence becomes a noun clause. So when you have verbs such as demanded, suggested, requested followed by that, you use the subjunctive form of the verb. The subjunctive form of the verb is the base form of the verb. Okay, the first form of the verb that you see in the dictionary. So for example, see, talk. When you see the dictionary, the first word will be talk, then it will tell you past and participle form and all. It will say you talk, talking, talked. Talk is the first one. Should not be used. Now, when I was a student, I used to get very confused by this rule. So I used to add the should and then remove it. All right, so what did they demand? They demanded that he should be paid ransom and then cut off the should. Okay, should be reinstated, no should, just be reinstated. Okay, excellent. So the correct answer is D. All those who got that, excellent. Give yourself a thumbs up and give me a thumbs up for this question. All right, quickly now. This you know, you've done this question a million times in different forms. Neither of the applicants are suitable for the post. Quickly give me your answers before I move on. Quick. We are in question 9. I have so many things to do with you. Question 9, A, B, C or D or no error E. The moment I see 2 answers, I'm going to move on. Neither of the applicants are suitable for the post. Fastest finger, this from here, from now it becomes fastest finger wins. All right. Okay, 9B. Why? Because none here, neither here is, either and neither are always singular when they are the subject of the sentence, not when it is neither nor, either or. But here neither and here neither is the subject and that is always singular, so it is. Excellent. Last question in error detection, our topic 1. When I am in my office, I am always wearing a starched cotton sari. Doesn't look like a starched cotton sari, but then, okay, I'm in the studio. So I can, yeah, 10. Give me the question number. When I'm in my office, I'm always wearing a starched cotton sari. Think of this as a starched cotton sari and answer. Oh, I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking of someone else. Quickly. Am always wearing, will be always wearing, what should I say in 10? Quickly. Most of the time, this is my avatar. Question 10. What's the answer? Achal, what's the answer? When I'm in office, when you're talking of something that you do as a habit, then you have to say, I always wear, not I'm always wearing. All right? Okay, next. Sentence improvement is a variation. It's another way of testing your grammar. So what do? They give you a sentence, they underline either a part of the sentence or I'm always wearing is wrong. I always wear. All right. Use a simple tense, simple present tense where it works. I always wear instead of I am always wearing. All right. I'm always wearing is actually wrong. We say it in everyday English. So now let's move on to sentence improvement. Initial sentence is underlined, a part of the sentence is underlined, and you are given options. Generally, the first option is a repetition of the underlined part as it is, generally. Okay, GMAT style. Sometimes they change. All right, so tell me which is the right one. The fireman put off the fire quickly without any damage to life nor property. A is the same thing. B, C and D. Achal, please mention the question number and we're going to move faster now. I will not do all the questions of sentence improvement. We'll move on to para-jumbles and then time remaining will come back here. Right? Yeah. The fireman put off the fire quickly without any damage to life nor property. Give me the question number and your answers. D, which is the correct one, right? Which is the correct answer? Which is the best way? There we spotted the error. Here we have to mark the correct answer. All right? You do not put off the fire, you put out the fire. So ones which have off is incorrect. So the correct answer is C. Sachin got that. Thank you. I'm moving really fast, I know. Okay, the asking rate has gone up. He asked her as to whether she could join by the end of the month. Options are, the first one is as it is. He asked her as to whether she could be joining by the end of the month. He asked of her as to if she could join by the end of the month, or he asked her whether she could join. Look at the 4 options and tell me which is the correct way, which is the best way to express this sentence. All right, question 12. Give me the answer and then hit the like button. All right. If you like my class, you want me to take more classes, you have to hit the like. If you don't like, of course, can't do anything. Quick, 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 quick. 12 is C. Pratyush says D. All right, the most common answer is D, and D is the correct answer. Now, before whether, please do not use as to. Okay, he asked her whether A or B. What's your preference? All right, so asked of her as to, asked her as to is wrong. Okay, most common error. Most of the sentence improvement and error detection are based on common errors that you make while speaking or writing. All right, aptitude test trainers emphasize the need to take mock tests. First one is as it is, emphasize on the need to take mock tests, emphasize about the need to give mock tests, give emphasis to the need for giving mock tests. Question 13, answer. Aptitude test trainers emphasize the need to take mock tests, emphasize on the need to take mock tests, emphasize about the need to give mock tests. Yeah. No. Whether she is going or not is understood. If is only on the condition you do it. So when it's a question of are you going or not, you just say she asked her whether this was preferred. Or that is understood, Ujjwal. Okay. If is only if you are interested, tell me. Okay. Tell me if you are coming. Only if you are coming, tell me. Tell me whether you are coming. That means you tell me. Either case, you are coming, you have to tell me. You are not coming also, you have to tell me. Understood? All right. This is another usage that is misused. This is another word that is misused. There is nothing wrong in the sentence. Emphasize does not take about or on or anything. The sentence is correct as it is given. Emphasize the need to take mock test. मैं exam दे रहा हूँ. Correct, but you take a test. All right. And if I am administering the test for you, I should not use the word give, ideally. Okay. But you are taking the test, pariksha le raha hu. In English, it has to be like that. All right, question 14. All my sisters and brother-in-laws are doctors. Which one is the perfect way? You have got 3 sisters, 3 brother-in-laws, and you have to find out all of them are doctors. Pura family doctor se bhara hai. How would you explain that? Question 14, sisters and brother-in-laws, apostrophe has to be used, not used. What is the answer? Quickly, question 14. I deliberately included this question. This is a very small rule, but many people make mistakes on this very, very small rule. So I want to get this concept clear, then you will not make a lot of mistakes. Okay? So remember, brother-in-law is a compound word. Mother-in-law is a compound word. Passer-by or passers-by. The rule is when you have a compound word, the main word takes the plural. Now, do not use apostrophes for plural. You understood? I have 2 sisters. S-I-S-T-E-R-S. No apostrophe. This is my sister's house. Only then, mere bahan ka ghar hai. When you want to say, then only you put the apostrophe. Understood? So here, no apostrophe. Sisters, plural, brothers-in-law. Brothers will take the commanders-in-chief, passers-by, mothers-in-law. All right, not mother-in-laws. Okay. If you say something that belongs to your brother-in-law, then you have to say brother-in-law apostrophe S something. So the correct answer is D. All right. Understood? Don't put an apostrophe when you mean plural. Apostrophe is only used in case of nouns to show possession or to show that this belongs to them or, okay? All right. 15. We are all awaiting for the arrival of the president. All right. All await. First one is as it is. All awaiting the arrival of the president. All are awaiting for the arrival. We are all or we all are. Or we all are waiting to arriving of the president. What do you think is the correct one? Question 15. Quickly, A, B, C or D, question 15, which is the perfect way to express this. President आ रहे हैं, हम सब इंतजार कर रहे हैं. What are you going to say? Awaiting for the arrival, awaiting the arrival, all are awaiting, all are. We all are or we are all. Which one is the best? To arriving of the president is wrong. Okay, we are all waiting to arriving of the president is completely wrong, so that is out. Between these three, waiting for or awaiting the, right? So you should not say awaiting for. You're waiting for or awaiting the. जब लगाते हो, awaiting means waiting for. So you don't add a for there. Therefore the correct answer is B. Okay, we are all awaiting the arrival of the president. All right. All right. Grammar, some of the concepts, at least we got plurals and apostrophes and a lot of usage questions, especially small easy ones which we misuse so often, they become part of our common errors. All right. Double fillers are sentence, fill in the blanks with two blanks in them. All right, so they test both your vocabulary and your logic, not always a test of vocabulary. All right, now this is a past year paper. I loved this because many students, even when I repeat this question, they make mistakes. I have not understood why. Read the sentence completely, fully. Try to understand the meaning of the sentence and then have a word in your mind and then only look at the options. All right. Football evokes a dash response in India compared to cricket that almost dashed the nation. What are the words we want? Tepid response, boiling the nation. Lukewarm response, electrifies the nations. Turbid response, fascinating the nation. Or apocryphal response, genuinely fascinates the nation. What is the answer? Read the complete sentence with the blanks and then look at the options. Once you think it's A, B, C or D, try to read the entire sentence with the words if you have the time, of course. What is the answer for 16? Football evokes. What kind of response does football get compared to cricket? All right. So when you look at options A, tepid and lukewarm mean the same thing. You don't want to have tepid tea. Okay, tea has to be hot when you drink it. Tepid is lukewarm. Almost thanda ho gaya, that's called tepid. So for a response, well, if you don't give me enough likes, I will say your response to my class has been tepid. You know, bas aisa hi tha. All right. So this is correct, but boiling the nation doesn't work. Turbid means muddy, unclear. The waters of the river become turbid in the monsoons, right? Muddy, unclear. So you don't use that for, you say ambiguous response maybe, but not turbid response. Okay, and what do you mean by almost fascinates the nation? Either you're fascinated by something or you're not. What do you mean by almost fascinates the nation? Almost electrifies the nation is correct. You know, put so much enthusiasm into them. Apocryphal means false. All right. Therefore, correct answer is B. Alright, many years back this was a CAT question, one of my favorites. Okay, learning is more efficient when it is dash, it is less efficient when it is dash. So now try to think, when does learning become more efficient? Use your logic. When does it become less efficient? Use your logic, and then look at the options. So what kind of words are you looking at in the first and second blank, positive or negative? Think and then look at the options and tell me what's the answer for 17. Learning becomes more efficient when it is dash. It becomes less efficient when it is dash. Question 17. Quickly, the moment I see the first answer, I'm going to move on to the next question. I want to complete all the questions that I prepared for you all today. When it is fun, because obviously you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying my class. And becomes slow when it's a drudgery. Drudgery means hard work, toil, menial labor. Perfect. Okay. All right. Next one. Zat some year gave this question. Read it. Takes a little time to figure this out. Physicians may soon have dash to help paralyzed people to move their limbs by bypassing the dash nerves that once controlled their muscles. Physicians may soon have instruments, ways, reason, impediments, which will help paralyzed people move their limbs by bypassing the detrimental nerves, damaged nerves, involuntary nerves, or complex nerves that once controlled their muscles. They have a way, they have instruments, they have reasons, or they have impediments to help paralyzed people. They may soon have what? Okay, when you have reason to do something, that means cause to do something. Achal, okay. Physicians always have a reason to help people. So reason काम नहीं करेगा. Physicians have instruments or ways is correct. Impediments means obstruction. So this is out, this is out. Now between A and B, use instruments and ways. They may have developed instruments, they may have devised ways or methods. Look at the last two. Detrimental nerves हो सकता है क्या? What is detrimental to you? Something that is injurious, something that's harmful, something that's damaging. But he is not talking of nerves which are damaging you. He is talking of nerves which are not working. How does paralysis occur when the nerves don't work? So here, instead of that, he's saying those nerves which are damaged can be bypassed. So here you're using a lot of logic, and that is why this is an XAT question. Xavier's fill in the blanks take a lot of time to answer. Last year it was very easy, of course, but you really have to spend a minute and a half to get the logic to understand. And the most frustrating is they give you confused words in epigram, epitaph, epi, something. So they give you words which are so close to each other that you have to really think. All right, this is easy. The internet is a medium where users have nearly dash choices and dash constraints about where to go and what to do. Think of what the internet does to us in terms of choices and constraints or restraints, something that stops you. What are the words that work best? Unbalanced, non-existent, embarrassing, no, unlimited, minimal, or choking, shocking. Which words would complete the sentence meaningfully about what kind of medium the internet is? Users have nearly dash choices and dash constraints. Unbalanced choices and non-existent constraints. Embarrassing choices and no constraints. Unlimited choices and minimal constraints. Or choking choices and shocking constraints. Yes. Too many choices, unlimited choices, and Very few constraints. All right, excellent. All right, we've come to the section. It is like a permanent player in the team. Okay, men may come and men may go, but till now Dhoni is there. Well, very soon he'll not be there. But so para-jumbles have been a part of all aptitude tests. Postgraduate, undergraduate, MBA, law, CAT, ZAT, MAT, HAT, any exam you take, para-jumbles are a part of it. The difference is most exams give you para-jumbles with options, and CAT, being a superior exam, gives you para-jumbles with no choices. But of course, to offset the difficulty level, there is no negative marking. So it acts as a, it's a double-edged sword. Should I spend 2 minutes and solve this, or should I move to RC? That is the challenge we always have. But we'll start with an easier one for para-jumbles. Read the jumbled up sequence, try to find a starter, try to find sentences that link together, and tell me which is the right order. I will show you the order choices also. Alright, this is para-jumbles with option. Cat in the past, when cat was a cute kitten. Well, cat was never a cute kitten. It was always a dangerous cat only. Let's read. He was carrying his jacket and walked with his head thrown back. As Annette neared the lamp, she saw a figure walking slowly. We can assume that he is that figure, but for a while, Michael walked on and she followed 20 paces behind. Really? With a mixture of terror and triumph of recognition, she slackened her pace. Got it? He was carrying his jacket. She saw a figure. For a while, Michael walked on, she followed. With a mixture of terror and triumph of recognition, she slackened her pace. Dheere ho gayi. Slackening her pace means slowing down. What do you think is the right order? A, B, C, D, B, A, D, C, B, C, D, A, A, C, B, D. A, B, C or D? Which one is the option? That's fast, Sachin. Good. Let me wait for a few more responses. Yeah. So, as Annette neared the lamp, she saw a figure. The figure, he was carrying a jacket. Then she recognized him. And then who is he? He is this Michael guy. B, A, D, C, option B. Excellent. Let's now increase the asking rate, increase the difficulty level. All right. Cat, last year. This was last year's para-jumble. We'll do only one. Don't worry. We'll do the next one later. I'll just take a few questions from you. There's one more para-jumble. We'll not work this out. Take your time and work this out for 21. All right. This is the kind of para-jumble you get. This is cat. I think it is slot 3 or 1. I'm not sure. Last year's cat. I've taken the question from them. They are the best in setting para-jumbles without options. Give yourself a minute and a half to solve it. Various industrial sectors, including retail, transit systems, enterprises, educational institutions, blah, 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 have now started leveraging these beacon solutions to track and communicate with customers. A beacon fixed onto a shop wall enables the retailer to assess the proximity of the customer. Smartphones or other mobile devices can capture the beacon signals. Beacons are tiny and inexpensive micro-location-based technology devices that can send radio frequency signals and notify nearby Bluetooth devices of their presence and transmit information. What do you think is the starting sentence? Let's start with that. It introduces the topic. Which one introduce? What are we talking about? Beacons and signals and what can be done with beacons. So which one is the starting sentence? Which statement starts the sequence? Then look at the links. Okay? Quickly type in your options. Which one starts the sequence? You've got a very easy starting sentence which introduces the topic, and then others. All right. Beacons are tiny and inexpensive micro-location based technology. Okay, then next one, okay, series 3 has got it right. Smartphones can capture beacon signals, various in, right? 4312. All right. These signals, Sachin, how did you get that wrong? These beacon solutions. You can't have these beacon solutions before you read about beacons, right? So 4 tells you what are beacons, 3 tells you how smartphones can capture the signals, 1 tells you there are various shops which do this, and then 2 ends it. All right. Okay, that ends the next parajumble quickly. We will not do it. I'll just take your questions, but this will take you a little time. Okay, I was actually planning to do only one. All right, now let me know any questions quickly. There is a cat. These were our toppers last year. Many more actually, not just this. I want to see you all here. For that, it takes a little bit of hard work, a little bit of consistency, a little bit of dedication. All right, new batches on for CAT 2023. Do join our courses for a comprehensive CAT program 2023. You have everything will guide you from the beginning to the GDPI and WAT. All right, we have a scholarship test coming up on 28th May. Get up to 90% off on your CAT fee, so you can enroll, and also if you do well in the scholarship test, you can get a huge scholarship, and so most of your fees for the course are waived. How to maximize your CAT score from the CAT expert Saral Nashier, 90 percentile, 100 percentile in Quant and DILR many times. Okay, so we call him the serial 100 percentiler and the best teacher in BYJU'S easily. All right. I just wish I had a Quant and DILR faculty like Saral when I was preparing. 500 most expected CAT question series is on. I hope you all are following it. Follow us on our social media channels. If you still haven't subscribed to any of them, please subscribe to all of them, and do press the like button if you liked my session and if you want to see me take more sessions like this. If you want more sessions like this and you want me to take more sessions like this, do press the like button. I will see you very soon, depending on your likes. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you. You've been fantastic. You've been answering questions pretty well. So thank you so much for that. I love taking this class. I hope you enjoyed it too. See you very soon. Bye-bye.